Do you love motherhood, but you also feel like you're drowning? Do you feed your kids organic fruit, but don't mind some screen time? Then this is the podcast for you. We are the Scrunchy Moms Club who like to keep it real and relatable about the roller coaster of motherhood. We aren't silky moms, we aren't crunchy moms, but we are scrunchy moms. Welcome back, Scrunchy Moms Club.
Hi, how you doing? This is the first episode since the big reveal.
Oh yes, the story, the time reveal.
You know, breaking news.
It is breaking
It's
news.
all anyone's been talking about, I'm sure.
Well, it hasn't come. It comes out tomorrow.
For us, it
yeah.
hasn't come out yet, but to the world, it's been out. People been talking, I'm sure.
Yeah, the speculations, you know, people probably like had an idea, maybe they didn't.
I know. I was going to tell you, like, when we're done with this, I want to film like a funny, like, announcement coming tomorrow, you know, to keep everyone on their toes. Like, what's it going to be?
Yeah.
Am I pregnant? Like, they're going to think I'm pregnant.
Yeah. You be hoeing around, you know?
No, I'm actually like the anti-pregnant because I'm day one of my, am flow.
So
I feel like we're polar opposites right now.
Right. There's no flow happening.
Oh, there's flow over here.
I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry, TMI. But I feel like that's just what we talk about.
No TMI.
And I feel like on your period, do you feel like this? Like day one, whatever. Like when my period starts, like I actually feel like that's when I start like relief of like everything shit. But like the week before, the week leading up, the build up to my period, I am a monster. Like my hormones, I just know it's coming because I'm like, I feel crazy and I want to kill everybody. I could cry, like just anything will make me cry. And then as soon as it happens, it's almost like a relief. Like,
you're like, okay, this is why I was a bitch.
That explains it.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, crampy, yes, but you know me, I'm pro drug, so like,
yeah,
just take some Tylenol. But yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with. Sorry. But
not sorry. You're a woman, and that's what women do.
But don't you feel like people say that, like, oh, the one nice thing about pregnancy is like you don't have a period? Like, it's really whatever.
It's really whatever.
And you make
because you're dealing with everything else.
Yeah, and you make up for it, and then some after.
I will say one thing I was saying to Sam today was the one good thing about pregnancy, I feel like, is that I can just stick my freaking gut out. Like,
oh yeah, that was
I don't have to apologize. Yeah, because like I'm just in this very in between stage right now. Like it doesn't look like a baby. It looks like a gut. It doesn't look like a bump.
No, I think it's like rounded.
Yeah.
You have to embrace it. That's the thing.
No, and I do for sure.
You just stick your gut out even more, and like that. Honestly, when I'm pregnant, that's the only time you'll catch me in like a body dress.
Yeah.
Because you embrace the belly because everyone's just like, oh, you're pregnant. Like, that's what
like,
it is.
let it go. Yeah.
And you just rub it to like further confirm, like, no, it's not hot dogs in there. Like,
yeah,
there's something in there.
There is a fetus. Yeah. Yeah. So I was saying to Sam, I'm like, that's the cool thing is like I can walk around a gut in the house and just like, you know,
let it all hang out.
Especially
now that like everyone knows.
Yeah, I know. The world knows.
Yeah. Oh, but we're going to talk about pregnancy after.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our weekend.
Well, let's talk about what we're wearing because
let's talk about that.
Yeah, because I'm wearing this coming Friday is like Wear Red Day for congenital heart defects because all month of February is Heart Month, by the way, everybody, and I will be posting on Instagram just like little advocacy things. That's just what I do. It's kind of like ingrained. This is my second Heart Month to date. So I will be just posting little things because it is the most common birth defect in the world and nobody talks about it, but I'm going to talk about it. So catch me on the Instas, you know, posting things. But this Friday is Wear Red Day for congenital heart defects. So, but we're recording this on a Monday. Is it today Monday? Yeah, today's Monday. So I'm wearing red today, just to represent the week.
It says Heart Mom on it.
It does say Heart Mom on it. So that is what I am. And you're wearing a cute little sweater.
Thank you. Yes, I don't know. Me in this sweater, it's
so cute.
Thank you. I mean, yes, I wanted to wear it because one, it's Heart Month. I knew you would wear something heart like. And also, I think this comes out also during like Valentine's Day week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. But this sweater, let me tell you, I saw it at Target and this goes against everything I believe. It's a lot of color. It's a pattern.
I'm not like mad about it on you though.
But it's not me. But you guys know, other moms can relate. Like when you see something and you're like, you know what, maybe this is my time to like change and like do something new and wear different colors and patterns. Like you will never see me in a pattern. So I was like, you know what, let me just buy it. I put it on. I immediately was like, why did I think I was this person? I mean, it's a cute moment.
If you don't want it, I'll have it.
Well, the reason I'm wearing it is because I'm seeing my mom later. So I'm like, oh, this is a Sharon sweater for sure.
Oh, okay, you're going to give it to Sharon.
You can have it.
No, it's fine.
Are you going to wear it?
I mean, I think so. I think
Then
it's really cute. Well, no, give it to your mom if she wants it. Sharon deserves the world.
Yeah, but like this can be the sisterhood of the traveling sweater.
I would only wear it in February. That's the thing. Like
that's my thing too. And she wear it beyond. So do you want to have it for the rest of the month and then you can pass it on?
Can I just like borrow it once, like to wear? I don't know. I feel like it's a good like heart month sweater.
Yeah, have it for the week. Go ahead.
Maybe.
Anyway, so yeah, the sweater is out of my comfort zone.
So we're gonna be wearing like heart red, pink things just because of Heart Month, mostly. But yeah. So how was your weekend, girl?
It was good. It was actually a really good weekend. Well, first of all, so my husband's days off are like totally. Yes. We've been going through some changes. So my husband, he doesn't have like the typical 9 to 5 Monday through Friday sort of situation that like you would hope for. He is a mechanic at a theme park. So if you don't know theme park world, they're open 365 days a year. So there is no sort of Monday through Friday situation. So he used to work 4 10-hour shifts and then have 3 days off random throughout the week. Now it's switching. So he only has 2 days off and they're Friday, Saturday now. So it's just like totally flipped our world around, especially with kids and that have like, we have therapy and things. And so like, and recording. So it's totally.
I know it's kind of ruined my life, but I won't make it about me.
I know. I told Lila we'll probably have to switch to mostly virtual because now I only have 2 days with him and the kids instead of 3. So like taking 5 hours out of the day is harder now to like.
It's not 5 hours.
I mean, by the time I drive here, record for like 2 hours. Lila really is making this about. I'm so sorry. I have to put being a parent and a wife first before my job that makes no money. Maybe once you start making a cent, I can start putting this before.
I guess, but anyway. It's fine. I get it.
We're still going to be here. We're just going to record.
I know.
She doesn't want to record at night because the pregnant bitch is tired.
I'm tired. Well, I'm tired regardless.
You were writing me at like midnight last night.
Well, because I watched the Grammys, which do we want to segue into that?
No. Okay. I'm not done with my weekend.
I'm so sorry.
I don't even think I've started.
No, you didn't. So sorry.
Please
do go on.
Anyway, but now with the Friday, Saturday, I feel like it's actually like an actual weekend,
right?
You know?
No, it is.
Yeah, so it is a little better in that aspect. But anyway, so Saturday we went to a birthday party. Actually, so you guys know my whole neighborhood children journey. Mm-hmm. Like we have the best neighborhood. Literally everyone in the cul-de-sac has kids. Gio and Julian are like the smallest, but like these kids love them and they play outside every single day and it's amazing. So one of them had a birthday party, literally our next door neighbor. The kid was turning 5, so he's not that
3 and 5, that's not crazy.
They probably play the most. Anyway, let me tell you, having a birthday party next door, that is like the most convenient that is the pro tip right there. It was almost like having a party, but like not at my house. Like it was so convenient.
True.
We like it was she's Hispanic, so it was one of those parties that like went all day. She's like the best host, like come in all the time. She used to tell me like, oh, just walk in my house all the time, like walk in my backyard, and I'm like, that's like I can't.
I'm too white for that.
Yeah, but now I do. But anyway, so we went to the party for a few hours. We literally walked next door to our house to put them down for a nap. We came back later. Like it was the most convenient
thing. That's funny because it was still going on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it was
great.
Still going on.
That's
good. The party had like just started. Yeah, it was an all day affair. But yeah, I'm just like pro tip, having a party next door in your neighborhood.
Or having a friend and that's your neighbor. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was so so convenient. Anyway, so that was Saturday. The kids had a blast. So much sugar. This whole couple weeks has been so much sugar with like birthdays and whatever. Their poops have been crazy. Like
Ooh.
frosting poops.
Like colors, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Colors. colors everywhere. Anyway, so that was Saturday. And then yesterday, my husband, so he doesn't have Sundays off anymore, but I had already planned this like date night
Oh yeah, I
weeks
want to
ago.
hear about
Yeah,
it.
so my parents came and took the kids literally in the morning. So we had the whole day. And well, the first half of the day was spent deep cleaning, which is like,
I was gonna ask, did you like have a sexy fun time? No, you didn't.
I mean, the beginning of the day was like, let's get shit done. We deep cleaned the house.
Mm.
It was really necessary. We got a lot done. That for Taylor, like really like that gets him horny, like cleaning.
Oh wow.
For me, that's my least favorite thing in the entire world. Like
For
if he would
sure.
let me pay someone to clean, I would. He just
Right.
wouldn't. But we did that. And then yeah, we went to a comedy show at night. Oh my gosh, the comedy show. So I bought these tickets a long time ago. So it's Dude Dad on Instagram. I'm sure you've seen some of his videos, but
Probably,
basically
but I don't know.
him and his wife, they just like years ago started creating the as soon as they became parents, started creating these funny like videos, TikToks, Instagram reels about parenthood. So like he puts on a wig and makes fun of her, she puts on a wig and makes fun of him.
Oh, is it the blue wig? Them?
Not blue wig.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
But anyway, they like make funny parenting videos, and like Taylor would always send them to me. And then I saw that they're going on a comedy tour and coming here to Orlando, and I was like, oh, we should go. And it was literally, you should have gone. Like I should have. It was so funny.
Yeah.
So it's all comedy, like 3 comedians in a row, all parents. So they're all dads. And then the wife came, she's a mom. So 4 comedians, all just like roasting parenthood, like parenthood related humor. And it was so funny. And so like everyone in the whole stage, like were everyone in the audience was parents. So like they all got a babysitter and came out. It was so fun. But yeah, we love comedy. So it made me want to branch out and like go to more comedy shows because
I love a comedy show.
We love comedy shows. Like we always watch the comedy specials on Netflix.
Yeah.
And like we fall asleep to that.
I'm going to Eliza I can never say her last name. Schlesinger.
You have to show me a picture.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, I've been to her once before. I've been to quite a few.
Me and you were talking about going to Nikki Glaser.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
because she's such a queen.
Yeah, but the Plaza has like people that are like up and coming,
Yeah,
so they're not quite, and the tickets aren't that expensive. And anyway, so that show is so funny.
You had like, where did you end up going to eat?
Oh, we just went to this like little like hole in the wall sushi place that's like right in Ivanhoe area.
Okay. I know Take. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
It's cute. It was good.
Yeah.
Because he was really craving sushi. I told you.
I guess so. Yeah.
But the sushi was good. It was really fresh.
I mean, I gave you a suggestion and you didn't go, so I'm never going to suggest anything for you ever again.
But the thing was, one, Taylor was adamant on sushi. Second, the one she so we went to like, do they call it like Asian Town or?
Yeah, it's like I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, but it's full of like Chinese restaurants, Korean restaurants, Japanese restaurants.
Yeah.
And she recommended like a Korean, right? Korean
no, it was Asian street food. They had like
Asian
every type. They had Vietnamese, they had Korean, they had all of it.
It looked delicious. Taylor would have loved it. Well, he did pick the take sushi, first of all. Second of all, I took one look at the Yelp pictures and like my acid reflux. I was like, this looks like I'm gonna.
Your acid reflux really ruins your life.
Oh, it ruins my life. But I was like, this looks like I'll be on the toilet the rest of the night. But like, I'll go. But he picked the sushi place. So sorry.
It's okay. I'll forgive.
Yeah,
and forget.
But you know the sushi place. That's funny.
I do. I used to live right there.
Okay. Taylor said that when we were there. She's like, didn't they live right here? And I was like, you're asking me. Like, I don't even know where we are.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was
so fun.
And the place next door, the bar with like the darts, that looks really fun too.
Oh, yeah.
That looks like a fun time. Anyway, so that was we had a date night. Yeah, it was a great weekend, honestly. I think that's why I'm just so tired. But yeah, and then after this, I'm going to get my nails done.
Ooh, girl.
Then pick up my kids. But, it's fine.
It's fine. You're doing things.
Yeah.
Things
what about you?
What did I do? It's been like I will say, like, just pregnancy-wise, it's been a really rough week. I've just been so fatigued, so tired, like a beyond. And I wasn't feeling that way for a couple weeks. Like I was doing okay. But like this week in particular was just really, like I had to call my mother-in-law like 3 days, like to come be with Jonah. But she went out of town this weekend, so I couldn't really use her either. But it was fine. Sam ended up doing things with Jonah, and it was fine. Saturday we did nothing, but Sunday was my husband's birthday. So happy birthday, Sam. So I planned a surprise lunch for him. Well, he knew we were going to lunch, but he thought it was just like me, him, and Jonah. And I invited like his best friend and a couple of his brothers, sister-in-laws, whatever. And we all went to like our favorite Turkish restaurant. And it was so funny because like we were running late, and Sam knows I never run late. That was the only thing where he was like what's going on, but otherwise he was like totally surprised.
You were like running late on purpose?
Yeah, because like I wanted everybody to get there first.
Yeah.
And and when we walked into the restaurant, like I went straight for the table, and he's like, Lyle, like, because he was like, why aren't we going to the hostess? I went straight for the table, and then I was like, look at these people. This is so crazy. And he was like, oh my God. So he was happy, to say the least. So so we had a really nice lunch with family and friends, and yeah. And then I watched the Grammys last night. That was a big to do. This is going to be a little bit of a banter heavy episode. Sorry, guys. But we did watch I watched the Grammys last night. This was the first time that I sat down and like watched, like properly watched, like the whole entire thing. I did it only because 2024 was such a year of music.
It really was.
So I was like, I want to be sat for this. Yeah. I want to watch. I want to see the reactions. I want to see it all. So I watched it alone till midnight, man.
I know, that was another thing. Ooh. I thought usually these award shows are like from 8 to 10, but like after a date night, like it was still, there was only like 3 awards had been announced, and I was like, what the heck?
You know why? Because this one was so performance heavy.
Yeah.
There were so many performers. It did not need to happen that way.
Right.
That is my one biggest critique about it, is that like, it was like, where can we get an award, please?
Yeah.
Like it would be like an hour, no award. And it would just be like a tribute, a this, a that. Like, and they had every single artist who was in, and there's 8 nominees for each category, mind you.
Yeah.
They had each artist who was nominated for best new artist perform.
Wow.
It all in one little, like.
Yeah. That's a lot.
It was a lot. I'm like, are we done?
I do like all of those people who got nominated.
No, me too, for sure. But like, not every single one of them needed to perform.
Plus, I feel there were a lot of like rando performances too.
There were some randos as well, but I feel like you kind of have to sprinkle those.
Yeah.
But and it was very like heavy fire relief, focused, which like of course. But and Sabrina's performance was gosh! So I did. Did you end up watching it?
I did watch hers. I mean, like everything
she's
a
star. She's such a star. And I also really fell in love with Doechii.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Neither was I until last night. And I like listened to her music this morning, and I'm like, damn, like
I'm sure if you told me a song, like I know.
See, I don't even know her popular song, but like I'm just listening to her discography and I like it. I mean, I love female rappers, so
yeah.
And then the Beyonce of it all, like that's a whole other. I don't know if I want to get canceled, but I love Beyonce. No, Beyonce is my Lord and Savior. I love her so much.
You've seen her in concert.
Yeah, I love her.
Like, we're not denying.
I just don't think she was album of the year.
No, for sure.
It was Sabrina's year, guys. It was Sabrina's year. Even I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, like huge Swiftie.
Even if Taylor Swift won, I would have been like, that seems a little.
I know, because I love TTBD, but I also don't think TTBD was album of the year. No, Short and Sweet was the motherfucking album of the year.
No skips album. And like, I'm one of the very few people that still listen to the radio, like in the car.
Yeah.
I love listening to the radio. And I will tell you, like all the songs that are on the radio, Short and Sweet, all of the songs have been on the radio. Like, none are like not on the radio.
Yeah. And then like
obviously Beyonce's country album is great. Is a great.
No, I love Cowboy Carter.
The thing is, like, what her song with Miley was recognized. It did win something, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the entire album. I agree with winning best country album because I mean I think that she was up against a lot of, but she was snubbed at the CMAs. Like, I don't even think she was nominated at the CMAs.
I don't
like,
remember.
It was this big controversy.
Exactly, yeah.
So I do, like, I like that she won Best Country Album as sort of a FU to the CMAs, but, like, winning both album categories, like, Best Overall,
yeah,
is kind of crazy.
I mean, I'm glad Sabrina won the Best Pop Album. I'm happy that
And she won another one, but, like, and she was so happy to even be nominated. Like, from where she started, like, this is just her dream come true. I don't even think she thought twice about not winning.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just a little weird that, like, Beyonce won this album. I believe she's been snubbed before. Like, when you think of her catalog,
Lemonade, I'm sorry, like, was the best album. Like, she should have won.
When you think of like her catalog of like history making moments, like, yes, her country album is a history making moment, but I just feel like she's been snubbed before, so like maybe this is their way of like recognizing her.
Well, because also Jay-Z said it like a year ago.
So that's when I think it was a speech at the Grammys.
Maybe, yeah.
He made a point to mention how she's never won album of the year, which is insane, which is true.
It is insane.
But I feel like this
wasn't the year, which, like,
yeah.
Again, I'm a big Beyonce fan.
I don't think that's a hot take, though. I think a lot of people feel that way. Even Monica, our Beyonce stan, agrees with this take. Yeah. It's a great album, but like it wasn't album of the year, and it seems a little political. I did not realize music and like those award shows like are as political as they are.
Literally.
But I really do think, like, I don't know, some of these winners, it was conveniently placed during convenient times. I don't know.
Yeah, and the Kendrick Lamar of it all too. Like, I like that song.
I love that song.
I did not think it was song of the year.
Yeah.
Bar song. I don't know. I'm like
no, Shabuzi.
Like, that song was everywhere this year, and also he just like deserves to win because he's like a little cutie.
And I think he also got snubbed at the CMAs. Like, he didn't win anything, and like, oh, I just love him.
Yeah, that was So,
and I was thinking about this and like winners, losers. I've never won like an award, obviously, of anything like this, but I feel like I would rather not win and everyone talk about how I deserve to win and I was snubbed than win and everyone talk about how I should not have won and that someone else should have beat me. Like, so I'm sure Beyonce feels like some type of way about it because obviously people talk, but yeah, that's just like how I feel. I feel like Sabrina does not even care. And Taylor Swift was living her best life.
No, she's just there to party.
One award and she's winning at life. Like, why do I need a millionth Grammy?
She was like best dressed in my opinion. Like her little red dress with the T on the thigh.
She's really in her like corset moment, which I love.
No, she looked
like she's
incredible.
In her sexy era, and you see the little T on her thigh.
Obsessed.
Yeah,
obsessed.
No, I didn't like love the hair, but like that's just nitpicking.
No, she's.
Oh, and I thought Sabrina looked amazing.
Oh, every one of her looks were incredible.
Her like Marilyn Monroe like esque. I just love her whole thing.
The year of Sabrina.
Them two are the best dressed for me.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's like a very brief Grammy take. So
yeah, I just watched clips. I'm trying to see who else did I see perform. I think Sabrina's the only one like I sought out. I wish Taylor would perform, but apparently like she just hasn't in a while.
Nah.
And I get
she's above that.
Once she just went on her world tour,
she's resting.
I wonder do you think if she had won, she would have announced an album or no?
I don't know.
Because at the Grammys last year is when she announced
TTBD.
So I was trying to wonder, like, oh, does the red dress mean something? Like, so I'm keeping that in mind for like.
See, I just didn't have any expectations because I'm like, we've all been like little clowns like with it.
But lately I haven't loved what she's been wearing. Like that that white outfit she wore last year. Like,
no, but it makes sense why she wore it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm wondering, like, I wonder because I feel like her next album is going to be like a sexy, cute, like I Love Travis.
My God,
album.
yeah.
So I'm like, the red was definitely Chiefs coded. Like, of course. No, so cute. She just seems so happy and in love. Like,
yeah. I know. We could like have a whole podcast about Taylor and Travis.
And Sabrina, she's single. Like, the world is her oyster. Like, I'm trying to think of like who even deserves her.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who she goes for next.
Yeah. Well, we've bantered for 24 minutes, so I know I'm the time.
Yeah, control freak.
I am.
Psycho.
Sorry.
Bitch. Whatever you want to call.
Sure. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah. So I've just been like really tired.
She wants back to. This next part of the episode is all about her. Okay, let's
So
keep
let's
it
bring it back to
bantering.
me. I'm done with Taylor Swift.
I've just been really tired. That's what we're gonna talk about.
I'm dead.
Too funny.
No, we thought like because now I'm like I'm out of my first trimester now, but like
we sat on that episode for a while, like the pregnancy. I feel like we recorded that so long ago.
we did record it a while ago. So yeah, no, I'm out of my first trimester, and I've been to high risk. I've seen, I've so much is happening with me.
Our last episode, you had
I had just announced, yeah, but I don't think I had told everybody yet. And that's like kind of the theme of this episode is like telling people, because like that is such a controversial type of topic of like do you tell people in your first trimester? Do you tell people when you pee on the stick? Do you tell people after 12 weeks? Like, what's the right thing? And I think like the broad answer is whatever the hell you want. That's like the broad version of it. But it's really, it's such an isolating time that you want to tell somebody, like, because I mentioned in the last episode that like I kind of didn't want to tell as many people as fast as I did, because I will say like the 3 pregnancies I've had with Jonah's pregnancy, I think we started telling people around 8-9 weeks. I feel like that's when I started telling
me
people.
at 9 weeks.
Yeah. So and then, but I was so naive, it was like
ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm good, and yeah, we told everybody around that time, and then more people at 12 weeks and so on and so forth. But and then my second pregnancy, which was twins, we were just like so stoked, and we just kind of went blah, 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 because
you were a little like overwhelmed and also like really sick.
Right. So like being so sick, like it was just like so obvious that I was pregnant. So I remember telling my family at 7 weeks, being like, yo, I'm sick as hell. Like, y'all need to help me because like I literally can't even. And then obviously that pregnancy was over. And then now this one was kind of like, okay, I'm going to keep it hush hush for a bit because obviously I have my history now with loss, and I think that like definitely takes a part in it, is like your history. If you're laissez, have never had a miscarriage or anything like that, or complications or anything, I think like you just said, ignorance is bliss, and you're just like, all right, I'm going to tell right when I pee on the stick or something like that. I actually had a friend, she was one of my first friends to have a baby, and she told me like at 4 weeks, like right when she peed on the stick.
Yeah.
And this was 7 years ago. And yeah, because her daughter's about to turn 7. And I was like, why are you telling me right now? That was my first reaction, which I'm a dick. So
that's a dick move.
It was a dick move. I was like, why are you telling me right now? And she kind of got like mad at me, which like I like now I've it's been like a Roman empire of mine, and her and I friendship. I've like been like, I was such a dick, I'm so sorry, because like again in the Jewish culture, like we really do not tell like that early. So I think that just kind of like and also it was my like one of my first friends being pregnant, so I was like, why are you telling me right now?
You were also ignorant in your own way.
Correct. I never I was so so that I thought was interesting that she told me that early. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think like you said, it's to each their own. I think whatever's going to help your mental health, whether it's to tell people or not. I think my first pregnancy, I definitely was more skeptical. I was skeptical about telling. I didn't want to tell until like that 13 weeks safe period, but really there's never a safe period. And I feel like someone said this, like, I think you should be able to tell anybody that you would be okay with telling, like you would want to tell if something went wrong, right? Like your best friends, your family, like you would want to rely on them if something were to go wrong. So like you should be able to tell them. And I think every pregnancy deserves to be celebrated, whether or not,
it makes it or not.
It makes it or not. And I feel like pregnancy is just so wild and like everything is outside of your control. And that's what I remember telling you when we went to Disney. I think you were I don't even know, maybe like 6 or 7 weeks. And I was like, whether or not something happens today, or the thing is, there's nothing you can do about it. Like,
Mm.
as shitty as that is to say, but it's like, even if you rush to the doctor, oh, it's because you wanted to see the doctor, they
Yeah.
wouldn't get you in. But I was like, the shitty thing about it is like, if you went in, something was wrong. They physically, it's too small. They can't do anything about it. So that's the shitty thing about like the first trimesters. Like you're not supposed to tell anybody, but also there's nothing you, and we thrive on control. Like you can't do anything.
There
It's
is
not,
nothing
whether
you
the
can
fetus
do.
is literally dead inside you or not. Sorry, we're like being ripped, but there's nothing you can do about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it. So if it's going to save your mental health by like venting and going to somebody to help you, do that. Like, so if you want,
Yeah.
I mean, I told my mom. Well, it's funny. The second pregnancy, so the first pregnancy, like I said, I kept it very hush hush. Did not tell anybody. I didn't even tell my mom until I was like 9 or 10 weeks. Which, like, if anyone knows my relationship with my mom, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But it's because she like was not in her. She doesn't live here, so she wasn't there. And I want to tell her in person. I did not want to like call
Right,
her for your
right.
first. I didn't want to call her. So it just so happened that she wouldn't be in town for 2 months. So when she came, but then like I could tell she was like a little hurt, that she was more hurt that like she knew how mentally in a bad place I was for the last 2 months, and like I couldn't go to her, because if I had told her, I would have, like, she's who I would call at 2 a.m. when I like couldn't sleep because I'm like so nervous that something's wrong. But just like the fact that I held that inside alone, because like our husbands, like they're the
At
thing
the end of
is
the day, they can try, but they don't get it at
they
the end of the
don't get
day.
it. Like, no person who's never had a fetus grow inside you before understands what you're going through. Like, they don't. They just don't. So my mom obviously has been through that. So she would have been, she was hurt that like I just let myself hurt for 2 months. But then my second pregnancy, so I always joke like, oh, don't worry, the second pregnancy, like I won't even let the stick dry before I tell you. And literally, I remember because I was like a few days late, and I think we went to get Gio's very first haircut because he was like 11 months. And during that trip, I was like, I think I might be pregnant. So can we like stop and get a pregnancy test? And my mom was like, really? Because I'm always like, the thing about me, I'm the woman who cried pregnant, but like I had a feeling. So we got home. Gio was napping in the car still. So she was sat in the driveway with him. And I was like, I'm going to go run in because I have to pee. So I brought this pregnancy test. It was the digital. I recommend the digital because it's just like black or white,
Yeah,
pregnant or not
right.
pregnant. And it lit up really quick, pregnant. And so literally the stick had not dried. And I like took it out to her and I was like, see, I kept my word.
Look at you.
But anyway, yeah. So I just feel like whatever's gonna help your mental health. I don't agree with like the black and white rule of like waiting till the first trimester is over, second trimester. I think you should do whatever the F you want to do, and whatever's gonna like conserve your peace at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Because like I said, you could tell everybody do everything right, and then at 25 weeks something happened. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's just anything can happen. So like you can't live your life by a rule book in that way. I don't know.
Yeah. A point that you said where you were like one of the rules, a rule, quote unquote,
Yeah.
is that like tell people that you would feel comfortable telling like if you had a
Yeah.
loss. Um that's an interesting point because yeah, when I lost the twins, I at that point I had told pretty much all of my best friends,
Yeah.
and I had just told my dad and like my sister, obviously. Yeah, like everybody knew
Mm-hmm.
that was really close to me. And then when I had the loss, it was I it was kind of annoying to tell all of them
Oh
that I
no,
lost the
a hundred
babies.
percent.
And not that I regret telling them. I really don't. But it was a struggle to output that in because I kind of had to be very direct when I was like, "Hey, I went to my appointment. I lost both babies. I need a few days. Like, don't like." I almost was just like, "Don't talk to me," or like, I don't know.
Good.
Like, I was kind of like, I'm processing. Like, I need to. I don't remember exactly my wording of what
Yeah,
I
but it's
said.
like you don't want to relive this trauma with every single person. Like say what happened. Like
Right. So like, I just kind of sent out like a very blanket text to whatever group of friends that I told, and kind of did it that way. And then like the gifts came in, which also was like a funky thing too, which of
So
course
hard.
they like they're doing it because they want to help and they want to do something, right? But and when you feel hopeless and helpless for your friend, like you just want to give something tangible or whatever.
But it's
But
like another constant reminder.
right, and like I have to say thank you, and I have, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a weird. It is weird. It really is weird because you want to be thankful for that, but also you're like going through your own grieving process. So it's just an interesting point. Like, yes, I agree with that. Um, that that take on it of like telling people, because the thing is I have a huge support system, so
Yeah,
like
I feel like you just had so many people. I think
yeah,
I'm more talking like I would want my mom to know. I'd want one of my closest friends to
yeah,
know. Like I need some sort of support system, kind of like your therapist said this time. Like tell one person. Like
yeah,
you need to tell however many people make you feel comfortable, but to have nobody, that to me like has not worked. It's
no,
really isolating.
yeah, and I know people who do, and that's amazing that you can do that, but I just am a person that needs to talk things out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was you and my mother-in-law for a while, and then my sister, and then it just kind of like once I was like past 10, 11 weeks, then it kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
Every like
was
new milestone, you felt a little
yeah,
more comfortable.
yeah. So now that I've had quite a few appointments under my belt, I feel like pretty much everybody that needs to know knows.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because I like just told my mom last week and
Well, starting
all that.
tomorrow.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, everybody, the people in Japan and Brazil that are listening will know now. Yeah, so yeah, so that's an interesting take on it because yeah, it's just freaking hard, man. So that's what I think I would suggest. The way I did it this time, I feel like I really liked that better, where it was like, okay, I have like my core, like one or two that knows. But then I also had to tell, so I had a New Year's party, funny fact.
A lot of
And
people started figuring it out because the thing
yeah,
about Lila is she's like just an alcoholic,
well,
clearly.
well, I am an alcoholic, but also like I just wear my heart. I'm not good at math. I'm not good at
Well, you're not good at lying.
I'm
Like you're
not good
not.
at lying.
Yeah.
I'm not good at like everybody knows everything about me, like typically,
Yeah.
right? Like
But the thing
I'm
about
an
you at
open
any
book.
shindig, like you're having
I
a
have a
glass of
cocktail.
wine.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not a person to ever turn down a cocktail. So I feel like that was the hardest thing for me. I remember with Jonah's pregnancy, I like just didn't go out with anybody. I was just like I just declined
Yeah.
every
Well,
social.
you said you went to a work party and you just like told the bartender, like, just
Yeah.
give me
And
juice.
same with the wedding. I had a wedding at I was 8 weeks and
That
I
was
wasn't
such a good. That's what I did. I did what you did.
the Sprite and lime.
No, I thought you said you just held a White Claw and
Oh,
pretend to
that too.
drink
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because at Gio's first birthday, I did that. I just like held a White Claw
Yeah.
and like pretend to drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So a fun yeah, that could be something funny, like what we've done
To hide
like to
it.
hide our pregnancies. Yeah, so at a wedding I did Sprite and lime, but then like obviously you get so bloated, so then yeah, I just held like a White Claw and was like, yeah,
Yeah, you
just
just
put it to my
pretend to
lips
drink.
and
Yeah.
um but then I had to like act drunk because what my one of my friends that I was with at that wedding, she was wasted, and like I had to like kind of get on her level. So it was just like,
Being sober in a room full of drunk
oh
people.
my, it's really sad being at a wedding sober, which I'm gonna have to do again in a month or so.
You
But
just did it too. The Monica's.
oh yeah, but everybody knew I was pregnant at that time.
Yeah, but I'm still you're
Yeah,
sober.
right. Yeah, no, it sucked that I couldn't drink, but I actually don't miss it, so it's fine. I
Yeah.
did dry January. What did you do?
I kind of did too. Honestly, like drinking, I don't know. As a parent, I'm just like, it's gonna make me feel exhausted.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm not drinking like as heavily as I used to, obviously, before. I mean, I've had a couple of nights. New Year's 2023, that was a hefty one. But other than that, like, yeah, no, I'm just drinking to be social and casual, you know?
yeah,
But anyway, so I had back to the first point. This pregnancy, I had a New Year's party at my house, and I didn't think I was going to be pregnant, but here I am. So, like, I bought non-alcoholic champagne at Trader Joe's, and I just had that. But I kept it in the garage.
yeah.
Um, but no, but there was all the champagne was in the garage, and
Oh,
like we were
okay.
just like restacking like the cooler and the fridge in here. So like I just like would go out with my champagne flute and I would pour my champagne and I would sip it and whatever, cuz also I was so bloated by the end of that night too, because like
The
I
bloat,
yeah.
the first few
Well,
months.
not even well because I was drinking all this bubbly,
Yeah.
you know, and like it's not doing anything to me. It's just bubbly juice. Yeah. So, but then my brother-in-law said once I told him I was pregnant, he's like, I noticed you kept going into the garage. Like, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, he was like, I wasn't sure what you were doing in there, but
Those are
like,
drugs. Leave me alone.
right. So, like, but oh, so I had to tell one of my best friends came into town. She lives in Mexico and she's been on the podcast actually, Ariel. And I never see her, so I also kind of wanted to tell
Yeah,
her
this is why it's
as
not black
well.
and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told, but also because she is the type to be like, shots, let's do it. What are you doing? What are you drinking? Let me, like, she is just that type. So I was like, I need to tell this bitch that I'm pregnant because she's going to be trying to shove things and I'm going to be like, no. And then she's going to like, she would be that person, like, call me out in the middle of a freaking party. So I told her beforehand. So I think I was like 9, 8. I don't remember what I was at New Year's. But regardless, I was like closer to the end of my first trimester, but still like not really comfortable telling. But I was like, you know what? Like, I'll tell her. So yeah, so there's just like random cases, obviously. And especially like if a friend you don't see who, or a parent that's not in town you
And
don't see.
Ariel would be one of those people you would go to.
Oh my
Like
God,
if something
absolutely.
happens. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. It's sort of it's subjective and there's no right or wrong. So if someone wants to tell you at 4 weeks, then let them. If someone
Yeah.
wants to tell you at 25 weeks, okay, it's very personal. And like you said, there's religious reasons, there's mental
Yeah.
health there's just no right or wrong reason, and whatever anyone wants to do is okay by me.
There was another funny way that I hid it. I was out with my friend Katie and we went to go see Wicked and then we got like dinner and cocktails afterwards. And she didn't notice, but I ordered from the mocktail menu.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And no, she had no idea. Like I was like, "Oh, I'll have the
Yeah, right.
I don't know, the screw I don't want to say screwdriver. I had
Mama Margarita.
yeah,
Whatever.
whatever it was, right? Because it's not like mocktail Riga, you know, like it was just like it was a name of a drink. Yeah. So I had that, and it was actually delicious. Summer House has really good mocktails.
Summer House is just great.
Yeah,
but another thing that I've said before is like I'm on an antibiotic, so I can't drink. Like that's worked before. I just took a Xanax, whatever.
Oh my God, yeah, that was one of mine. I think I said that to somebody. I forget who, but yeah. I just took a Xanax, or I think it was, yeah, no, I know who it was, where I was like, yeah, I took a Xanax, so I'm not going to.
Because you've actually, like, that's happened before.
And that you should not drink when you are, yeah. That is highly
I'm on ecstasy
not
right
recommended.
now, like, I can't. I just snorted some Coke, like, I really should have mixed. Not recommending.
So funny. Yeah, when I was first pregnant with Jonah, I know. I think it's like fun to reminisce on like stories of how you hid it from your friends. I used because I don't know if you remember when I was pregnant with Jonah, I was having like thyroid like issues, and then they were like, actually, you're pregnant.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I had a girls' night scheduled, and I really wanted to go, but I was also pretty new. I was like maybe 5 weeks, so I was like really, really new. But obviously, they were drinking wine and cheese boards, and like literally nothing I can do. And I told them, I said, yeah, my doctor wants me to like, not really drink for these next couple of weeks so my blood tests can like come back. And they believed me.
Of course.
They were like, yeah, sure. Like they, and like after I told them I was pregnant, they're like, we had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I also went out to dinner with another friend of mine she's also a drinker. So it really is so tough when like alcohol is something that
people
again, I don't think people associate me with alcohol. That's a little intense, but I'm not a girl to deny a drink.
No.
That
it gets a little suspicious. But
yes.
I'm the type of person, we've said this, like you could be 9 months pregnant on your way to be induced, and like I will never ask.
I mean, we talked about this last episode.
Yeah, like I'm just that person. But even with my best friends, like maybe I'll give you an eye, but like I will never call you out because like that's your story to tell.
I had a friend tell me in December, she was pregnant in December, and she was like, "Oh, I'm doing dry December," and in my head I was like, "Well." Outwardly, I was like, okay, and in my head, I'm like, she's pregnant, but I'm never gonna say. Yeah, I'm never gonna say
another
it.
thing you should never say that we've talked about offline. It's like, So say you have an inkling, because like
Oh
maybe I'll
yeah.
have an inkling like,
Well, I
oh
have a story about this,
yeah,
but go
that's what
ahead.
I'm saying. We all do, because
Hmm.
you try to hide it, but like I said, it's your story to tell whenever you're ready. So I think that sometimes about my friends, like, oh, maybe she's pregnant, maybe not, maybe she really is on an antibiotic, I don't know.
Right.
And then like a couple months later, she'll tell me, like, never do this and say, I knew it. Or, I had a feeling, or I kind of saw you in the dress, like I thought you've been pregnant, like we knew. Never say that, okay? Never say that. That is so rude, like beyond. But like, yeah, go ahead. I
I have
know
two
you can like
stories.
personally relate to
I have
this.
two stories. So my first story, oh wow, this is fun. I love just talking shit. So my first story was when I was pregnant with Jonah, and we were the first grandchild on the Berlant side of my husband's side of the family, and I invited everybody over for, and this isn't like out of pocket for me to like invite the family over for like a random dinner. We had Chinese food, and we like oh my god, excuse me, I swallowed
Oh
my
my
spit
god,
wrong.
sorry. That was one of my biggest pregnancy things. Is
Spit, the saliva.
I would choke on my
I'm
spit.
choking on my spit so much. Hold on, I need a
Yeah.
sip of something.
Both pregnancies, I would choke on my spit. Like I literally just be
I
scrolling,
would
scrolling the
same.
TV on the couch, and I'd be now fighting for my life. Like
No, literally same.
and
I wish.
Taylor would just look at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Same. Okay, so pregnant with Jonah, had Chinese food, and I had personalized fortune cookies made that said like
Oh
baby
yeah.
Berlant
The thing
coming.
about the first pregnancy, you go all out with the
Yeah.
reveals, and then the second pregnancy, you're like, I'm not.
By the way, here's a sonogram, bitches. Fuck off. Well, so I had these and I was gonna give them out at the end of the meal, and then everybody opens them and haha, hee hee, whatever. So ask me if that happened. So anyway, so we're here all at the table, we're chatting, we're living life, whatever. My youngest brother-in-law goes into the kitchen where the where the where the cookies are,
Oh no.
and he takes one, and you hear him in the kitchen go, "Wait, what?"
What does it say?
It said like baby Berlant due January
Oh,
2021
cute.
or,
He's
or
like,
22.
how does the cookie know?
You just hear like, "Wait, what?" And he comes like, and he's like, "What?" And then I'm like, "Okay, Robbie, thanks for ruining that, because I was gonna like bring it out to everybody." And then like everybody read the fortune cookie, and both of my in-laws go, "We knew."
No, like
They had no reaction, but we knew. And I've told them how much that like upset me, because like have some motherfucking excitement, or like just like the we knew. Do you want a cookie? Do you want an award? Do you want?
and also like saying that it's like someone's telling you something very personal, very exciting, literally life altering for them, and you're literally using the
You're making it
possessive
about you.
you're making it about you. Like it's not about you. You talk about them. Like it's insane to me that people do that. And I'm sure I've been
And
guilty of it.
I'm guilty of it, and now I know better because
Yeah.
it's been done to me. But like, let me tell you, that hurt so bad. So that's number one story. Number two story, um, with this pregnancy, we had the same little brother-in-law. He had his
God.
he had well no, he had his
just-
birthday.
yeah.
He didn't do anything. He had his birthday, and we all went out to a restaurant, and I was just like people were ordering glasses of wine, but I was like, I have a headache today, like I'm good. But then my sister-in-law, she gives me a look like this. No, I'm not even kidding. I wish I was exaggerating. I wish you guys could see if you're just listening, but it was like she gave me like an eye of like, I know something's up, but like, why would you do? I was so uncomfortable, because I'm like, I still hadn't even had my doctor's appointment yet at this point.
Yeah.
Like my first one.
It's just hard.
So,
like even if they mean well, like it doesn't make you feel good.
no, because then what do? I spiral. So everybody gets their wine, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to try it?" Or she did. I said, "I'll try it," because I was like, I just want to like divert her from like knowing or thinking that she knows. So, and it was funny because my other sister-in-law, who's pregnant with me, she also wasn't drinking, and we both were all at that dinner. I actually had a feeling she was pregnant because we both were like ravishly hungry.
Oh, she didn't.
Nobody
knew.
knew about each other, so it was really funny. Anyway, so my sister-in-law, the other one, gives me her wine, and I take a sip, but I just like put it to my lips. I didn't actually take a sip, and I gave it back to her. I'm like, good, But my other brother-in-law apparently saw that and was like, and texted Sam later and was like, "Hey, is Lila pregnant? Because I saw she didn't drink that wine."
Like, stop.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
So it was just, and I've already yelled at the both of them. Trust me, I've already had my quarrels.
And like men are just stupid.
I know. And then his wife's pregnant.
But like, I think women, like maybe, I don't know. I feel like once you get pregnant, you realize it. So I feel like I maybe did that before I had kids, but like now I won't, because I know it. One, it's your moment. Two, like I said, you have no idea what someone's gone through, and like,
right.
if they want to not tell you, it's not like, again, it's not about you. It's not because they don't. It's
right.
It's because of something going inside with them. So like, you just have to respect it. And even though you mean well in saying that, like, oh, I know you so well that I knew already. Like, you don't understand. It could be really hurtful. And like for us, like I said, it's
no, I really don't like it, and
it's
I'm
not about you.
And I am gonna make a conscious effort of me stopping to say that, because I'm sure I have.
I'm sure I've done it.
Yeah, but like I just like,
because think about us, we're really good detectives. I'm really intuitive.
No, you really are. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know shit, like, you know. So, but I also like the element of surprise, you know, just like, just let me tell my news in my time that I feel comfy, and that's it. So so just, if you just know you're not alone with that. So
give yourself grace, but also like try to do better. Like if you're on the other end,
do better, everybody.
Like if you're the one who's pregnant, give yourself grace. If you're the one receiving the news,
be happy. Just be excited. Put on a Oscar performance,
but also you kind of have to like go off where they're at too, because remember your most recent pregnancy, when you told me, I was like, wait, how are we supposed to feel? Because I don't know, you don't want to be overly excited at the same time when they're not excited. So
I told you to be neutral.
You were like, I'm pregnant, be neutral.
So same with my mother-in-law. I was like
okay.
My mother-in-law, who like love her to death, and she's just like excited about anything and everything. When I told her, I was like, so I'm about to tell you something, but you can't hug me and you can't like be happy. Like, I literally had to say, like, and she's like,
sweet mother-in-law. Okay.
And then I was like, I'm pregnant. And she was like twitching in her, like she wanted to just like give me which of course. But after my first appointment, she's like, I'm giving you a hug. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But so it was just, go read the room.
Read the room.
Yeah. That's good. I liked this. I liked getting all that off my fucking chest.
There you go. I feel like when you're pregnant, you can say whatever the F you want, and you get so much grace, you know?
I know. I'm just like growing a human. Oh my God. I'm so insufferable when I'm pregnant, though, especially with Sam, because like he'll be like, can you? And I'm like,
wait, can you tell the funny, like the audacity he had to say to you about being tired?
Which one? Because he's had a lot of audacity this week.
Well, you had mentioned how you've been so tired this week and taking lots of naps, whatever. But didn't he say something about like, must just be you thing?
Yeah. Because, like I said, I've had a really terrible week with the fatigue. And he's like, I just feel like this is a you thing. Like, I don't see anybody else pregnant doing this kind of thing. When I tell you that
your head,
my head went all the way around 360. No, that was, and I sat him. I actually walked away, so I wouldn't. I look at me. I walked away, and then I came back the next day, and like explained to him. Yes, I did, and I explained to him why that was so hurtful. And he got it. I'm like, you cannot compare me. Also, I'm an anomaly because of all of the list of things I have, but also like,
plus being pregnant with your second pregnancy and pregnant with a toddler is like a whole other level of fatigue in itself. Because when my first pregnancy, I don't really remember being that tired. Because,
no, I was like living life.
Because one, you're younger, but two, if I wanted to take a nap at 11 a.m., I could. If I wanted to sleep until 10, I could.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I still worked, but before and after work, I was napping. Like, I could drop everything to like put myself first in my fatigue and my mental health. When you have a toddler, life keeps going. You have to take him to his therapy appointment at 8 a.m. You have to put him to bed at this. The thing is, like, so I just feel like fatigue your second pregnancy and on is that because you're different. You go as opposed to your first pregnancy. You were like, what?
But I feel like mine is that, but also like truly because I'm not eating, and that's a whole other topic, but
Yeah.
the way I'm eating is not great. So
Yeah, I've been telling her
I
about
know,
that.
I know. I got to do better. But
She failed her first glucose test.
oh wow, she put me out there. I did. I
I
failed.
thought we were putting everything out there. I thought we were being open and vulnerable.
We are open and vulnerable. Yes, I failed my first glucose test, but I also wanted to hear from the doctor because they still haven't like
That's true. Maybe you didn't fail. Maybe they have different requirements.
I don't know, but I definitely didn't pass.
Yeah, like it definitely wasn't
Like
a good
it definitely
score.
wasn't a good score. Yeah,
Did you eat before? I told you not to eat.
I had a cheese stick.
Okay. I mean,
That's all I
that's
had.
not horrible.
That's all I had. And then I had an Uncrustable after. That's like my pregnancy like
Yeah, the
weakness.
Uncrustables, we need to work on that. Like,
And
even if you make a peanut butter and jelly like from your house is better than the Uncrustables.
stop. They're so convenient. But yeah. So I'll give the update about where my glucose lies because
Anyway, the reason I bring that up is you said you need to eat better. I've just been telling her in general, diabetes or not, like you when you're pregnant, you need to eat more protein
I know.
because like you can pass out. What are you going to pass out when you and Jonah are alone?
I know, and same with my headache yesterday. Like I ate and I was like, "Wow, it went away." And you guys are like, "You're a dumb bitch."
Yeah, you
Like,
really need to eat every
I
2
know,
hours.
it's really crazy.
Like even in the middle of the night, sometimes I'd wake up and like have crackers or cheese stick.
Oh, so yeah, there are times where I wake up like so hungry.
It also triggers your acid reflux, like when you have an empty stomach.
Mm,
So yeah, I just
yeah.
right before I go to
Knock on
bed.
wood, I haven't had any acid reflux yet. For me, it happened mostly in the third try, but
Yeah, when everything gets
yeah.
squished. But
But
yeah, you really have to eat right. Like I said, diabetes or not, like it's just for you not to pass out, for you to, keep growing
I know.
the little booba.
Little booba.
Yeah.
You know that means doll in Hebrew. Booba.
No.
Mm-hmm. All right, should we go into our segment of
Sure. Yeah, did you think of one? I thought I have a good one.
I think you should go first then. We have our segment of the mom wins and fails of the week. And we do as such. We talk about what happened that was good because we like to keep it a little positive here sometimes. And then we talk about the negative because it wouldn't be Scrunchy Moms Club without a little bit of negativity.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
go ahead.
so my mom win. So my oldest just turned 3 last week, so it was all about him. I didn't do a birthday party, so instead we just did a bunch of fun things like every day throughout the week. We avoided the theme parks because now he's 3 years old. You got to pay, which is like a whole
Right.
other like. So we're trying to avoid that. Like we're gonna get him an annual pass, I'm sure, but like I'm just trying to milk the time. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll give it a few months. So, but we did all the other fun things, but. I'm going to try to keep this tradition going with each of my kids. So, the day that my husband was off on his birthday, we both took the day and it was just about Geo. We had a like quote unquote yes day, like a yes day in moderation. Like I wasn't letting go balls to the wall, but basically whatever he wanted to do, wherever he wanted to go, we had someone watch Julian because it was just all about him. I wanted it to be all about him. And yes, we went. He wanted to go to Universal. So, and we don't have to pay for that one because my husband works there. So we went there and literally all the rides he wanted to do, all the treats. Like it was just such a fun, like parent and child day. It was all about him.
So
he got
fun.
uninterrupted time. We and then that night, so we had like a sleepover, just us and him too, like because Julian stayed with my parents the whole day, so it could be all about him. So my husband set up like a tent in the living room, and they did a camp out in the living room, and so we watched Frozen while we ate ice cream, and then they slept. They slept in the tent. I'm sorry, like my back, I couldn't. Like so, I was there until
you
he
were
fell
nervous
asleep.
about the tent at first.
I was because I'm such like a sleep trainer, and like so that like I was like twitching, like oh is he not?
I know. Me and Sally's were like, let him sleep in the tent.
No, I
He's
will
fine.
say a couple days he was like whining about going back to sleep in the crib, but like they bounce right back.
Yeah.
But no, he did great, and it was so cute. But the cutest thing that was like the mom win was the next day he woke up in the tent, and he was like, "That was the best day ever." And I was like,
my heart.
Like I could cry about it now, but I was like, that just shows like. Okay, so we're gonna do this for each of our kids. So like, come September, we'll have a yes day with just Julian, take him wherever he wants to go. But I think that's important, especially when you have
important.
more than one, multiple kids. It's like them getting that uninterrupted time with you, especially because Julian's so young and requires so much of our attention that I know sometimes Gio can feel a little bit, just like not as connected sometimes. So I think that I do make a point all the time to like have one-on-one time with each kid, but especially like on their birthday, I want to continue that tradition. So that was my win. What about you?
My win? Um, That's the thing. I didn't do a lot
You
this
slept
week.
a lot.
This week was really shitty, but I will say what comes to like top of mind is like Jonah's imitation skills are getting so much better.
Okay.
And no, but he I like brought his dinner. I was like, "Do you want mac and cheese?" And for the first time ever he nodded yes. Like
Oh.
he like but it's so funny with when he nods yes, he like his whole body.
Oh yeah, when
like,
they're first learning to nod your head,
yeah.
that was Geo was like a
Like
full body, and then Julian kind of now like for yes, he just like shakes up and down, like they don't get it yet.
it's so
But
funny.
it's so funny for no, they get really.
Oh,
quickly.
no is quick, yeah. So I thought that was like really because I've always said that if Jonah can shake his head yes or no, this is like a game changer. So the fact that he's like finally doing it is really great,
and it'll shape.
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
remember Geo's like then was he had to think about it every
He
time.
would do
like,
the sign.
well, he would
too.
do the sign, but then he would do the sign and then be like. Like a soldier,
like
They're just
bowing.
like, okay, like calm down.
So funny. Yeah, well, because when I'm prompting him, I'm like really exaggerated.
Right.
So like he's like, okay, I gotta like headbang over here. So it was really cute.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say like my mother-in-law is
She's the win.
She's the win of my week. Yeah. So thank you, Miss Lori. You're so great. Fail.
Okay, so the fail is me, literally me. Okay, the fail is me and my infection.
Oh, yes.
It's just me not putting myself first, which is like just the saga of my life. And then I think all mothers can relate. So I got like a random bug bite on my leg, like whatever, no big deal, right? This was like
very
week.
Common in Florida.
Very common. Well, actually for me, it's weird. Like my son, Geo, the bugs, and my husband, they have that in common. The bugs love them. Like they get eaten up by bugs. Really, like I guess it's my blood type or my blood. Like they don't really fuck with me, honestly. So when I get a bug bite, it is rare, but it happens. We live in Florida. There's all sorts of bugs. So I get a bug bite on my leg. We were just at Universal the day before, so I'm like, oh, we were outside all day, like whatever. And like it hurts, but like also the location of where it is on my leg, I'm like, whatever. Also, when you go through childbirth, like nothing hurts that bad.
Yeah.
And you're a mother. So I just keep going through. But then I noticed like at the end of the day, like it's red and like the rash around it is like getting bigger and bigger. But again, I'm like, whatever, I'm a mother, I don't got time. So I let it go like 3-4 days. And like this the rash has spread like pretty much like my whole upper thigh. And it's red and it's hot and like I'm like starting not to feel great. And I'm like, maybe I
literally all the signs to like get medical attention.
But still, like, I'm a mother. I don't have time, which is so funny because if this were one of my kids, like, it wouldn't even be the size of a quarter and we would be at the ER. Like, that's how funny it is. But for me, no, like, it's fine. I'm going septic. Like, I'm fine. Anyway, so it started spreading pretty crazy. And I drew a Sharpie on it. I did all the things you're supposed to do. But the toxic thing about me is like the rash would go outside of the Sharpie circle and I'd be like, like we'll let it get a little bigger.
Oh my God.
So I would draw another circle. Anyway, so finally, I'm like, and I think I need to go to urgent care. So I went, and as soon as she saw it, she's like, yep, it's called like cellulitis, but it can go septic. Like you need antibiotics. It can't be treated. Like it wouldn't have just gone away. It would have got worse. I would have gone septic and died.
Normal.
So the fail is me not putting myself first. Like I should have been at urgent care like
the day that it spread.
So anyway, that was my fail. I'm currently on antibiotics.
I'm very happy you're still here with us.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm fine. My leg is still here.
Right.
Yeah, we're good.
All important things.
The redness is gone. And yeah, so just like go to the doctor.
Yeah. If you need medical attention, get it.
Yeah, like I never put myself for it's so funny. Like I said, with my kids, we go to the doctor regularly, but like I'm the worst patient. Mm-hmm. Like I avoid the doctor like the plague. I've been a lot better since having kids. Like I went and got my eyes checked. I established primary care. Our husbands are even worse. Like my
worst.
My husband will never go to the doctor.
They both think that they're invincible.
I'm getting better at putting my health first, but it's so funny when you're a parent. It's like the effort of going to urgent care, leaving my kid, like
For sure.
I need to put myself first because like, what if I'm dead? Then what?
That would suck.
That would kind of suck, right? So anyway, that's my fail. What about you?
My fail.
The sleepiness, although it's not really a fail.
I know. I'm trying not to choose that as my fail because we all know how perfect I am every week. But I'm kidding. Oh my God, yesterday we were out. We were out for Sam's birthday, and Jonah hadn't pooped all weekend long, and then which is really
Rare for
rare
him.
for him. He's not a constipated kid. And then at lunch, of course, what happened? He pooped, but this restaurant had no changing table, nothing. So I was like, Sam, why don't you come with me and like at least we can like tag team this? Like,
were you doing it in the car?
No, we ended up doing it in the bathroom, but the bathroom sink was like kind of long enough. Like it had like it was a decent amount of counter space, even though it was disgusting. But whatever, we did it, and just like okay, yeah, this is definitely my fail. It was a big poop. It was like not diarrhea, but just like ginormous and like covered the entire diaper. And like I said, it was 2 days of not pooping. And I put the diaper to the side, but then the diaper like fell off the counter and I moved. So I didn't get any on me, but like that diaper could have potentially like fallen. And it was just like the most chaotic 10 minutes or whatever it was. It didn't have to be so crazy. It was like Sam's such a germaphobe. So he's like,
yeah, he is.
And
he's like me.
Yeah. And I'm not. I'm like, whatever. Like, just put, I don't know, like, he was like, do we even put the diaper in? I'm like, it's not my fucking problem. It's going in the trash. Like, who cares? Like, it was just like so chaotic in that moment. I'm like, why is this 2-person diaper change of a 3-year-old like really like, such a.
Imagine if someone like walked in.
Oh my God. It was such a chaotic experience. It was like one of these like 1-person bathrooms though. It wasn't like a shared. Thank God. That's why we were both in there together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just like chaos. Yeah, the poop almost fell like directly onto my white Converse. Yeah. I would say that was like, yeah, because really, like I said, it was just such a, and I'm trying to like, I don't know. This week I will eat better. I will do better.
Honestly, when you feel better about yourself when you like aren't so tired too. So
like I feel good that I put eyebrows on today, like I have not slept yet today. So that's good. But no, I'm just so tired, man. That's the theme of
sleep at night?
Ish. Because I'm peeing in the middle of the night too. Yeah. So that's that. That's that. Dare I say that's our show?
That's our show.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. And if you don't already follow us, please follow us at Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast. We are the pink one. And
we should plug that we were just on a podcast.
We were just on a little chat, a little chisme. We had an episode with them. It was so fun. You guys should give it a listen. It just came out last week. And I think it's like a little chat with the Scrunchy Moms. I think that's what it's called. Can't miss it. Give a listen if you like are missing us, And Monica and Cami are pretty darn cool too.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
No, it was fun. Yeah. And then give us a little love, give us a review, like our things, just live long and prosper.
If you want us to stick around, you got to keep supporting, show us love. We like words of affirmation.
Yeah.
That's our love language. And if you have any recommendations for topics, like I keep saying, if you want to come on the pod, if you're a mom, or even if you're not a mom, let us know.
Oh, I do have something to tell you, but I'll tell you offline.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much and have a lovely rest of your week. Bye.